Hey everybody, we made it. It's been raining on and off all day this final round of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-AM. Finally, it cleared up enough. I'm just off the 18th green like it was all day yesterday. We are down to the last hole. Min Woo Lee and Colin Morikawa are tied at 21 under par. Lee is in the clubhouse. Morikawa is on 18. He is just off to my right in the fairway. So who knows what's going to happen there? The wind is picked up, but it's anybody's ball game right now. I'm hoping to get Steve John, the CEO of the Monterey Foundation, who is running this baby, and he said he'd try and squeeze me in a couple of minutes before they finish this round, and who knows what's going to happen after this last hole of the tournament. But unbelievable final round today with the conditions and everything. And Scotty Scheffler, a 9 under par today. He had three double bogeys and he had three bogeys and three eagles, which is very unusual. I talked to him about that after the round, and I'll post that a little bit later on when we're done here. But just hoping that Steve can stop by. Again, Morikawa is a chance to either get out of here with a tie or could win it here on 18. And if he doesn't get at least a par, then Min Woo Lee is going to win this tournament, as he is in the clubhouse, 21 under overall and -7 on the day. And a good round as well for Rory McIlroy, shot an 8 under par today, and he is heading to Riviera this next week and feeling really good about his game. He had a couple of big numbers. I posted our interview with him on Instagram and also TikTok, so please check it out there. But look at this view. It is cleared up just enough. It is overcast, but who cares? The wind is blowing, but who cares? It stopped raining, and it's as gorgeous as it gets right here behind the 18th green. They call this Stillwater Cove. It's the overlook, and one of my favorite places in the world. It really is. Anyway, a phenomenal tournament. Just waiting to hear back from Steve if he can join us or not. But I'm watching just off to the side here where the final group is there. And again, it's up to Colin Morikawa, who's at 4 under on his round today, 21 under overall. He is tied for the lead with Min Woo Lee, who is in the clubhouse. And again, the conditions, they said it might rain most of the day. And then a couple of hours ago, they changed the forecast, and that's not unusual for Pebble Beach. It's the old story. If you don't like what's going on for the first few minutes, then come back in another 10 or 15 minutes. Things can change in a hurry, and that's sort of the way it's been. And then about an hour ago, they said no more rain until about 4 o'clock. It is just about 2:30 here in the West Coast, so hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully we have a winner today. Could always end up going to a playoff and anybody's game after that, of course. But the conditions picked up just with the wind. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. You might have seen a few balls oscillating early on, but it is still very, very windy. And they did a nice job of slowing the greens down just enough so the ball hopefully wouldn't move around all over the place on those greens. But right now it looks like they're approaching the green. The final group is, and it might be a little tough for Steve John to join us because he's going to handle all the post-ceremony. He probably needs to be there. But in the meantime, I'm just waiting to hear back from him. And if you could check out this view, look at this. Just unbelievable. You might be able to see them approaching the green there. The final 18th on this fourth and final round at Pebble Beach. And there's Stillwater Cove right directly behind me. You can see the clouds, but look, some blue skies. We've been waiting for a long time for this, and it's actually here. Thank you, Mr. Weatherman. We appreciate it. But truthfully, this is as good as it gets. And TBD on Steve John. He did tell me that he's going to come on my show. We're going to talk about the history of this tournament and a lot of other stuff. This is just a fantastic area to be around. And I've had some really great shows the last 2 days. The weather has held up just enough so we can do what we want and need to do. But in the meantime, we'll see if Colin Morikawa can pull this off. He hasn't won in a long time and has not played well over the last year and a half at least. But for some reason, he's found his game this week, and He's back on California grass, which obviously the Southern Californian appreciates. And there's something about that comfort level for guys and girls around this state that when they come back, it tends to help their game overall, whatever it takes, baby, right? In the meantime, the wind is not too bad right now, and maybe you could see the some of the surf behind me. It's not very strong. It's just a little waves here in the cove, which is perfect, actually. Perfect for this show, anyway. I don't know about for anything else. But we're trying to take advantage of the weather because I've tried to do this show 3 times today, and every single time it started sprinkling, and I got a free laptop wash, which was not ordered, but you get what you get. So that worked out okay. And Sam Burns is coming by right now. He had himself a great week. And hey, Sam, fantastic job, man. Sam Burns had a really good week. Um, they're just taking away the second of the final group as they finished up their scoring. And I know I won't get a player because that's not the way this works. But the AT&T and Karen and the entire PR staff were kind enough to set up Wi-Fi just for me. I could do this for a second straight year, and this is really an amazing location, as you can see. Tommy Fleetwood is walking over here as well. Fleetwood ended up at 19 under par. Wow, he was really close. A phenomenal week for him, and I know he loves Riviera as well. So, and Steve says he is stuck and he won't be able to make it. So we appreciate the effort, no doubt about that. But again, we're going to get him on this show very, very soon, and we'll talk about the history of this tournament and blah blah blah. But it's just great to be here every year, and certainly at this time of the year, because when you get here on a championship Sunday, now that it is one of the big events on tour, it makes it even more special. The top players are all here, and you said we talked to Rory McIlroy as well. I've already posted that on Instagram and TikTok, so please check that out, and also like and subscribe if you could. I would appreciate that. I get you more content than most people ever get you. I promise. That's what I do. That's my job, my personal goal for anybody who follows. And Tommy Fleetwood standing about 50 feet away. I'm just wondering if he's going to look over this way, but I'm sure he's heading down to Riviera as well very shortly. Supposed to have pretty ugly weather down in LA early this week. We'll see how long that lasts until maybe it clears up. Wednesday's supposed to be decent the last I looked, and of course it's all about the weekend, so who knows what's going to go on there. Anyway, we're not going to get Steve today, but we'll get Steve Johns, the CEO of the Monterey Foundation. He's the guy who runs the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, and looking forward to talking to him. Enjoy the rest of the last few shots. Check it out on CBS. And thank you for joining me here. This was a total blast. One more look. How's that for an unbelievable view? Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.